So welcome to the new video, and as promised this one's going to be about the Aventador SVJ. So this is obviously probably one of my favourite cars and I like to use it a lot, but I want to prove to you in this episode that this really can be a daily drive. Yes, it's a supercar, yes it's probably impractical, but hopefully I'm going to show you that we can use it for a variety of different things. So we'll start off with the worst case scenario, storage and transportation. We already know practicality is not this car's middle name, and to be fair there's hardly enough room in here for me, never mind anything else. So we've had to think outside the box, and like I say, I apologise already. These aren't all my ideas, so please don't blame me. I don't get paid enough money. That was easy. Let's get this stuff unloaded. So one of the problems with parking in a car park, as we all know, you get back to the car and somebody's parked too close to you. And with a supercar that can be really difficult because of the doors open so wide. But with the SVJ, even when somebody's parked really close, because the doors open up, we can still get in. This car is getting more versatile by the minute. So on this car is a really clever feature called lifting gear. So what it does is on the front of the car, you press a button and it can rise up. The problem has always been with supercars that the front end can dig in. It's an expensive option of about £4,000, but these cars will not sell without that extra. So now we have the classic McDonald's drive-through. Let's just order our food a sec.
I can take your order.
Can I have a quarter pounder with cheese meal, please?
Yeah, anything else?
A chicken sandwich, the same, please, with extra mayo.
You want extra mayo?
Yes, please.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it, thanks. But the only downside is we can never see who's actually serving us. The car's a little bit low. Yes, please, thank you. Thanks a lot, thank you. So one of the downsides with this car is there is absolutely zero luggage space. So there's no glove box, no nets, nowhere to put anything. No even room for your phone, and no room to even put the key which starts the car. So in this family, we have to think outside the box.
Why do I always have to wear the silly hat? Because it's your YouTube channel.
Exactly, it's my YouTube channel.
It's digging in me flickering head!
So obviously a regular occurrence is this. It's never going to be cheap. To fill this, it's about £120. The stats show that this does 15 miles per gallon. I've never got anywhere near that. Now insurance cost wise, this was never going to be this car's strong point. It's a lot of money, it's a big risk. Never mind just being stolen, more than the fact that some people get a bit overexcited and smash it into a tree. I pay about £400 a month, which, you know, I think is a big risk because I wouldn't insure me for £400. So the score run is an easy one. It's definitely possible. The car fits the car seat, as you can see. And also if we're late, we can go fast. Yay! So now we're going to do the weekly shop. Now I know this car is capable of doing that because we do it quite often. Actually the bonnet space is a lot bigger than you think, because obviously the boot is at the front with the engine filling the back, so there's actually quite a lot of room. Let's do some shopping. Alright.
Did you have to drive so fast?
Nobody likes to moan it. She's not very happy about that. Come on then, let's go shopping, kiddo.
Come on then.
No, Daddy's coming, silly. Right, we'll see you in a minute. We're back, shopping's all done. But as you can see, the boot's massive. fits.
Shanna, you put the rocket.
Come on, put it back in.
Good
So I think
job.
that was a success. It works as a daily shopper. One thing about this car is fuel economy was never going to be good. But one really clever thing which this car does is this little light here. It shows that when you're going along, instead of a V10, it turns into a V5. So it effectively runs on half the engine, and I guess uses a lot less fuel. Clever Italians. I've just realised I haven't really given the specs on this car. So the top speed is 217 miles per hour, 770 brake horsepower. 0 to 60 is 2.7, so it is crazy fast, one of the fastest cars in the world. Its proper title is Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, so it's right at the end of the production. So this car's been out, the Aventador started about 10 years ago, so it's a longevity car. It's at the end of the run before they change the shape, so it's sort of like the big hurrah, goodbye type car. The styling, well, we all know it's pretty spectacular. This front splitter is just crazy. The amount of lines and curves and inlets and outs, carbon brakes, and you can see the size of those discs. It's just crazy. But what's really mad is this centre wheel nut. How the hell you'd ever take that off? Well, I'd just call Nick, I think, because I wouldn't have a clue. That's crazy, look amazing. Beautifully shaped mirrors. The radiator there, that pulls and sucks all sorts of dirt and leaves in there, as you can see. These cars always struggle with cooling, so they have to have various air intakes. Same thing going on here, but this wing, just beautiful. How it sort of goes back into the centre. Yeah, amazing. And one of the best things about this is the splitter, but those exhaust pipes. Like, they are massive, matte black as well, absolutely beautiful. And then when we go inside, no carpets in this to save weight. That is amazing. Lots and lots of Alcantara. No door handles, so that's to pull the door down. To open it, you click that and go like that, so that's pretty special. So one thing you'll see from inside here, there's absolutely nowhere to store anything. There's no glove box, there's no compartments, no netting. There's not anywhere to put your phone or your keys. So what I end up doing is putting my keys down here, and then by the time I've got somewhere, they're underneath the seat and I've lost my keys. Phone, I end up putting it on there, but that comes away and falls down the edge and falls down the side of the seat. So that bit is not practical whatsoever. But inside of here, you know, all this carbon on the doors, the leather door handles, that branding pack, which actually is an extra, which sounds crazy. The Alcantara and all the stitches, roof line and all Alcantara, and those seats are absolutely beautiful. Multifunction steering wheel, obviously it's an automatic, but you can move over to Corsa, turn into manual, so then you can use a paddle shift, so you've got the best of both worlds there. So to start this car is pretty special. Lift up that, and you press that, and then we're away. Even the dash is beautiful. All the usual mod cons, sat nav, aircon, electric seats, heated seats. So, you know, they've gone for the weight saving, but it's, you know, it still definitely is a practical car to use, which hopefully we've shown that today. Like, some of the things we've done are stupid without a doubt, and now, you know, amazingly I get to drive one. I don't drive it every day, of course not, but you know, I do get to use it. You know, the guy at the tip said to me it was his best day ever at work, so that alone makes that whole little bit we did there just worth it for me. You know, the chance that guy got to enjoy the car just as much as I do, so that was a special moment when he told me that. And what's amazing, when you see a little boy, a little 3-year-old, he doesn't know whether this is expensive, he doesn't know it's a Lamborghini, he just sees a car. And when he sees a car which makes him stop and point, that tells you that Lamborghini have got this car right. Like I say, he doesn't know whether this is a supercar or not. He doesn't know that it does 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. With his eyes, he sees something of beauty and something exciting on 4 wheels. So that is special. So this engine is just massive. Yeah, it's a V12. Right, that one's a V10. I've messed up. It's a V12, and that is why I shall never be presenting Top Gear. So we were saying earlier about cuts to half the engine to save economy. Well, it goes to a V6, not a V5, like I said earlier. I don't think we've got time to retake that, so oops, sorry about that. So this is 1 of 900, so they only ever made 900 of this as a special edition, which means it keeps its value. It's an investment. Usually they don't lose money, and especially over the time, you know, this is the ultimate collector's car, so usually it's a good sound investment, which, you know, you're not going to do a load of dough on. One thing which obviously is a problem with this sort of thing is the running costs. So the servicing, it's always a bit of a nightmare. So the 1 year service on this is about £2,000, and the second year, the big service, is £4,500. So that's obviously eating into how much the car's losing all the time. That windscreen wiper, £200, rear tyre, £750. So yeah, that can be a bad day. Now that servicing is a lot of money, but unbelievably there's a thing called Lamborghini Assistance. So it gives you a full-time mechanic. So you have a mechanic who's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And all you do is ring up the number. If you've broke down or you've done something stupid like leave the lights on, the battery's flat, you've lost your keys, you've had a puncture, it doesn't matter what's gone wrong, and even if it's their fault or my fault, I call this number and they send a guy out to come and fix it. He's a specialist Lamborghini guy. He arrives in his van and he fixes it, gets it started, or returns it to the dealership. Now I can do that once or 50 times, no matter whose fault it is. They pick it up and take it for free. They do not charge you a penny, which is quite remarkable. Now the reason they do that, I think we all know, it's because they don't want this car to be seen on the side of the road. They don't want this car to be broken down and an AA van by the side of it. But still, you know, it's a pretty special service they offer. Hopefully today we've shown that this car is sort of versatile. Some of the things we've done are a bit stupid, but it's been a lot of fun. It's an honour to drive this. It's always been a dream of mine, and it's something which I never take for granted. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.